Alright, welcome back. So, when we left off last time, we started the season kind of poor. We were able to win our home opener. I don't actually remember the score. I think it was about 4-2, 4-3. But, in the sim, our team did not do as well. Yeah, 4-2 over Vegas. And now we sit in a spot where we are playing Colorado, who also started the season pretty poorly, 4-7-2. Same amount of wins as us. Just haven't quite played as many games. But we're going to see what we can do against them. I might try and make a few moves before that game just to try and improve the team, because clearly we're not there yet. And if you look at the team, it's not that surprising. We're lacking a lot of talent on those depth lines. That third line didn't do too bad for us. I actually think Ben Myers had a goal in that first game, but obviously he hasn't necessarily followed that up too well. Only 2 goals in 15 games. Surprisingly, Jaden Schwartz also having a pretty bad start. I mean, you could argue it's not surprising based on the line he's on, but yeah, just not a lot of work being done by this fourth line. Third line is a bit better. It's I guess it's what you would expect from some third line guys, and then you just keep moving up and it keeps getting better. I think Matty Beniers is currently leading us in points with 12 in 15 games. Not bad from him. I think the more disappointing thing has been Scheifele, 10 points in 15 games. Not necessarily below his average, I guess. I guess I was expecting more from our top line center, but it is what it is. We're going to try and get him a little bit more help. Maybe we try and trade for maybe more of a scorer, because right now it feels like we are not bad defensively. I wouldn't mind a bit more center depth, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll try and trade for a top 6 center who can maybe score us a few goals. So we might have something here. We're going to try and trade, I believe it's Jaden Schwartz. Yep, Jaden Schwartz and Brandon Tanev and 2 second-round picks this year for mainly Alex DeBrincat, because we want to add a little bit more scoring. He's oddly scratched right now. I didn't check how long that is. Let's hope that if he's hurt, it's very short term. And Austin Watson just as kind of a filler guy. That we needed to add an extra guy to the deal. He's very cheap. He can slide in on a fourth line for us. And oddly, he has 4 goals in 10 games this year. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a good sign. You never know. But anyway, we're going to try and get this to go. I had a funny feeling I'm going to have to give up a little bit more. Okay, so it's not going to look pretty. I will tell you that. We're going to have to give up a first and a second to get DeBrincat. But assumingly, it's going to be worth it. He is a very strong scorer. Hopefully, next to Scheifele, both him and Scheifele can have pretty solid seasons. It gives them a little bit more help. I believe he is more of a sniper, which is nice. If we can get a playmaker on that line, maybe they'd... Who knows what'll happen. But I think it'll help us out a ton. It gives us a better scorer. And our depth just improves because of the fact that we just get better up higher moving people down. Yeah, so with that... Let's see. So they'd have... Oh, right, he's hurt. How long is he hurt for? Alright, so Alex DeBrincat is going to be out until November 29th. It is currently the 13th, so we're going to have to wait to see DeBrincat. That kind of sucks. In our first game, we got to see Logan Thompson in between the pipes. So far this year, he's doing pretty good, okay, despite the team starting poorly. Grubauer, on the other hand, 8.71, 4.70 goals against average. A little bit more lacking. I kind of want to see him in this game. Okay, we can do this. Maybe do that. Makes our third line look a little bit pretty. I guess is it the same line? No, because it didn't have Isamont on it. I assume that's how you say his name. If I'm saying it wrong, feel free to get mad at me in the comments. Yeah. I like these lines. I think these lines are better. I think that third line will hopefully put up some nice depth minutes for us. If Burakovsky can score a little bit next to Beniers, that'd be nice. This gives us a very, very strong scoring second line. And that third line that first line just looks very, very nice as well. Defensively, I liked Kevin Ball a lot, actually. I liked him. Oh, wait, are we missing Montour? We are missing Montour. So this game might be interesting because we're going to be missing a lot of players. Hopefully he's not out long. So he's returning the 25th. So by the end of November, we will see the return of Montour and the return of DeBrincat, which is very nice. Maybe the next game we play should be December 1st. That might not be a bad idea. We can see what our fully healthy team looks like, as obviously with a few injuries, we're not starting the year too strong. You are new to this series, how this is basically going to work. We're going to play a CPU game. I'm going to call it, and we're just going to see how it goes. Alright, for some reason we're not getting the opening game cinematic, which is kind of lame, but regardless, we're starting things off here in the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. McCann's going to get a steal right off the jump. Kuzmenko with a little mini breakaway won't quite go his way. Pass back up high to Dunn to McCann. He'll score right off the jump! Josh McCann. I believe it's Josh. Well, it'd be funny if his name isn't Josh. But Josh McCann puts that right over Jared. God damn it, Jared. There's somebody else named Josh. Too many names to memorize. Anyway, Jared McCann getting us underway here with a nice shot that sneaks right over the blocker, I believe, of the goaltender there in Colorado. I don't know if that's Georgiev or not. Doesn't really look like him. No, it's Francois. So there you go. He'll beat Francois and give us the first goal of the game very, very early here. Less than a minute into it. Our top line already putting in some nice work. They're going to work their way up. Taves, Necas, back to Necas. That shot blocked right in front as Grubauer is forced to make one of his first saves of the game. As we talked about, not really the start to the year he wanted. We'll see if he can have a bounce-back game against his old squad. Coyle passing that one across. Right in front, then they'll score. Coyle able to get Colorado on the board. Not the start we wanted out of Grubauer either. As this would be a game I would not be afraid to pull him in either. Because I do not want him to spoil this one for us. Because I really do think that we can beat Colorado here. Despite them being, without a doubt, the stronger team with us having injuries. But regardless, we'll see our second line here. Beniers in the draw. He's going to lose it. Gerard. Ooh. And we're going to head to the penalty kill, I believe, for the first time in the series, because I don't think we took a penalty in the first game. Andrei Burakovsky is going to sit for 2, taking a slashing call. We'll see what they can do, though, obviously, without Montour. So that right side is a little bit weaker. It looks like Fleury is filling in. As that'll get blocked. Ball to Isamont. I believe this is our second penalty kill unit, actually. As this gets passed right in front. Can't find the attacker in the slot, and it looks like Colorado is going to break out. Lehkonen down the left side, passing that to Coyle. Picked off there. Coyle to Nelson, walks in and fires, but he will not beat Grubauer. Tried to pass across the slot. Ball picked it off. Isamont to Stevenson. Stevenson down the left side. Passes that one in front. And it looks like we're going to get some 4-on-4 here, assuming that Colorado touches up. Ball to Fleury. Finally, Colorado grabs it, and Cale Makar is going to sit for 2. 22 seconds still remaining on the power play. So with that, we'll see 22 seconds of 4-on-4. Already early here, we are seeing a lot of calls compared to what we saw in the first game. He'll pass that one to Dunn, and he'll score with a nice seeing eyes shot. Oddly, the name of the superstar ability as well, I believe. But Vince Dunn will break the tie here at Climate Pledge Arena. Nice shot as well. Francois just wasn't ready for it right off the draw. You don't often see defensemen ripping wrist shots like that. A lot of them would rather prefer going for a nice slap shot, even a snapshot occasionally. But he's not afraid to pull it out there as he grabs his 9th point of the year. Nearly going offside. Sharon Govich is able to get this one in the zone. Bounces off of Francois' pad. I don't know if the AI knew that puck was going at the end at the net. Isamont walking this one in. Spinning pass. Wow, that was fancy. But unfortunately, it got blocked in the process. Dunn to Myers. Myers puts that over the net. Nelson to Necas. Is it Natchez? Oh, now I'm thinking about it. Have I been mispronouncing his name?
My name is Martin Natchez.
It's Natchez. That's my bad. I didn't know that. I'm sure I pissed off a Colorado fan by mispronouncing his name. I'm sorry. Scheifele will dump it down. Francois coming out of his crease to pass it up. Makar to Drury. Drury's going to lose it in the neutral zone. Passing now into Kuzmenko. He's been on our team for a while. You'd hope I'd know how to pronounce his name. He also played for the Flames. All right, third line out there for us. We'll see if maybe we stack this third line pretty well. We'll see if we can take advantage of it, and we will. Stevenson with the tip top corner, grabbing a goal for us, and I believe putting it to 3-2. It's a heck of a tip there. He might have tipped that right under the glove, actually. And, it's 3-1, so Colorado only has one goal. To Nelson. Nelson to McKinnon. McKinnon down the right side. Like a steam train, and it looks like we're going to see a penalty here as Seattle had to, I believe, draw one on McKinnon just to shut him down. The second you see him coming down the ice like that, you got to do something, and we sure as heck did. That'll be a charging penalty. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a high hit. It was a high hit. I'll give him that one. Makar passes that one across to Nelson for a nice chance there. And we'll dump this one out. Scheifele. He'll work his way in on the penalty kill and fire going glove side, but Francois shut him down. 7 seconds remaining in the first period. 3-1 for the Kraken. Shots fairly even so far. Grubauer doing a good job for us against his former squad. McKinnon wins it to the corner. Taves to Nichushkin, but they won't have time to do much with this. And they didn't even get a shot off either. They tried to after the play, it looked like it. Somehow Natchez missed. But regardless, 3-1 heading into the first intermission. Shots are 10-9 favoring the Seattle Kraken. 11 hits to 10. This is very nice when you're calling it, just to have this nice long list of all of these nice things we can talk about. They are dominating us in the face-off circle, which isn't too surprising. We did move one of our better face-off winners in Stevenson out of the draw to try and get Beniers in there. Maybe the lesson here is instead of moving Stevenson to the wing, maybe we move him to third line and move back up. I don't know. Tolvanen wouldn't be a bad idea, certainly, considering he's already got one. Didn't even notice that Dunn has a goal and an assist. He's having one heck of a game. But regardless, we'll get right back to it. We don't need a 20-minute intermission break. The beautiful thing about video games is the fact that, thankfully, they don't have to clear the ice once the players are done. Beniers out there with Scheifele. I don't know why Beniers is taking the face off there, but Scheifele gets the steal. Beniers will dump this one down and into the corner. Back behind the goal. Beniers putting in some work here. Finally, Colorado able to get out, and it looks like we're back to even strength. Nichushkin in the corner. Passes it to Makar. Makar, Gerard fires. That one's loose in front, but they won't finish it. Left side, centering it for Kuzmenko, who fires that one just wide. Nelson to Makar. Makar to Natchez? God, that's going to piss me off. If this was a real game and I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, I would have bugged somebody with the team. That's generally how you do it as a broadcaster. You can usually go talk to somebody working with the team and ask them how to pronounce it. Even just the other team's broadcasters is often what I'll do. And it's a very common practice. But obviously I can't go talk to whoever the heck the play-by-play guy is for Colorado before doing this. So I got to rely with Google, which for the NHL players, you could usually find some good stuff. But regardless, I don't have it today, is what I'm saying. So if I mispronounce some guys, just remember there's about 20 or so players on both teams. By Beniers. Beniers moving up ice. Beniers to Burakovsky as they get a penalty drawn. And finally they'll touch up. 2-minute power play here going towards Seattle. Nichushkin is going to sit for charging. I don't actually know if Nichushkin's still in the NHL. I know he had a few controversies. I am playing on an older game, which a few keen-eyed people I'm sure have already pointed out to me in the comments. That wouldn't surprise me. For what I'm doing, I didn't think it would matter too much. Beniers getting ready to go here. Face off one back to Taves, who puts that off the blocker. Coyle to Makar to Taves. Stopped in front by Beniers. Burakovsky now down the right side. Stop there. Picked up by Coyle. Coyle skates up ice. Makar puts that up high into Grubauer. And we'll get a freeze here. 6:57 remaining in the second period. To Lindgren. To Nelson. Nelson moving up ice to Natchez. Stolen by Fleury. Fleury to McCann. McCann to Scheifele, and he was just a touch offside. He would have had a very open chance right in on Francois. But unfortunately, he couldn't stretch the leg back quite as far as he might have thought he could. And still in the faceoffs, we are losing a lot of them. Colorado is dominating, especially when they have McKinnon on the ice. I'd love to know what his percentage is in this game, as he's won a lot for Colorado. That top line putting in a lot of work. Drouin. Back to O'Connor. Blocked in front. Kuzmenko gets the rebound, but it'll get knocked down by Drouin. With the shot there, puts that behind the goal. Ball's there to grab it. And now Seattle moves back up ice. McCann puts that one in on goal. Kuzmenko tries to set that one up for Manson. McCann, another shot. Scheifele stopped it right in front. Scheifele to Fleury. Back to Ball. Right in front, Burakovsky to Fleury. Back to Burakovsky. Fires. Rebounds there, but Scheifele forced out of the slot. And Colorado lives to see another day after a whole heck of a lot of chances by Seattle at the end of the period there. They were able to keep the gap only at 2 goals. My brain is not working today. 3-1 after 2 periods. Shots are 19-16, favoring Colorado, who also lead in time on attack. Seems like Colorado has certainly had a good amount of quantity, but the quality of chances have certainly gone in Seattle's favor. Grubauer having what I'm sure is his best game of the season so far. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. 3 goals is certainly not bad, considering we're missing one of our best scorers in DeBrincat, who hasn't even touched the ice for us, because we traded for him while he was out. And we'll see both teams' best centers step in to take the draw. This one will go for McKinnon. Down the left side. McKinnon to Nelson. Puts that off the post, I believe. As Scheifele picks it up. Moving up ice. Having to skate back. Facing some tough pressure. Dunn to McCann. Dunn already has 2 points in this one. McKinnon to Makar. Makar waves at that shot. Nichushkin fires that one. Lehkonen misses. Tolvanen able to get the block there, and Colorado unfortunately gets a very easy goal, as Grubauer was about as far out of position as he could be. He was guarding that left post with his life. Thankfully that's not where they were aiming, as that'll be a very easy goal there for Lehkonen, and you get a pretty good look at it there. Wow, that is far out of position for Grubauer. Mark Scheifele, leading the league in hits. Has he ever done that in his career? Probably not. I've never really thought of him as a big physical center like that, but I don't know. Everybody knows that EA NHL is always right. Wood finds Coyle. Coyle charges it on the breakaway, but what a save by Grubauer, as he'll keep Seattle alive. Moving down ice, passes it in front. It was loose there, but Francois makes an excellent rebound save. Coyle gets it in the corner, passes it to Wood. Wood to Manson. Manson 2-on-1 to Girard, but Girard won't be able to get the shot off as Vince Dunn gets back to him. Beniers working his way in. Seattle's leading scorer and won't be able to do much with it. Coyle through the slot. Will lose it. Now Seattle up ice. Running out of time on their power play to Tolvanen. Fires this one. Loose for Beniers. I think he got the shot off, but kept it low and put it right off the pad. Finds Beniers to Sharangovich now. And it looks like Colorado might have taken another penalty. So we'll see another power play for Seattle, as Colorado keeps throwing away this game. Brock Nelson sitting for his second of the period, I think. This time it's going to be elbowing. as things are just getting chippy here in Seattle. Colorado not too. Ooh, that one was bad. Yeah, that's not a surprising one. It looked like he just caught the head of whatever player that was for us with an elbow. Hopefully he's not injured, because if that happened in real life at that speed, somebody's getting a broken jaw. Only a minute left. Colorado running out of time here. Grubauer with a chance to get his first win of the season. Colorado is going to send out their best here. Schultz moving up ice. Losing it to Nelson. To Girard. Back to Nelson. Schultz back in his own zone. He'll circle around. Gets knocked off the puck there. Dunn goes into the corner to grab it. Beniers pass to Sharangovich. 40 seconds now. Sharangovich to the corner. Skates around with it. Tries the center. And Burakovsky nearly gets the shot off, but it wouldn't quite go. Empty net for Colorado now. Nelson working with it. Tries to pass across the slot. He'll miss on it, and this will probably be the dagger as Sharangovich gets the empty netter. 4-2, Seattle. McCann to Dunn. Fires one last shot in on Francois, and that will do it. Seattle gets a win here, moving to 5 on the year. Still a big hill to climb if they want to make the playoffs, but it certainly is a start, taking down a team like Colorado. Grubauer grabbing his first win of the year, and a very nice one as well, as we get a few last highlights here of Colorado's probably worst goal of the game. Excellent stop there by Grubauer. And yeah, hopefully we get to see one of our goals. It looks like we'll see Tolvanen's as he puts that off the post and in. But that'll do it for this game. Final shots, 32-24 in favor of Seattle. Let's check out Grubauer's numbers, as he's going to finish the game with a .917, 24 shots. How does this work? 24 shots, 22 saves. Not bad for him. 202 goals against. And yeah, we pretty much won the game in the first period, more or less. Our only goal the rest of the game was the empty netter, so Colorado did do a good job shutting us down. On the other side of that, Colorado scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third. Our goal scorers, if we want to look at that, ended up being, I believe that's Vince Dunn. Yeah, that's Vince Dunn. I was going to move my box there, but no, that's definitely Vince Dunn, as he was the only person with 2 points in the game. Sharangovich, 1 goal as well, 16 minutes on the ice. It's just now occurring to me, Vince Dunn, 28 minutes? Holy, that's a lot. It's a lot. I guess McCann got, I guess, yeah, we've got a few guys in the high 20s here, which is very surprising. I guess our fourth line doesn't get a lot of usage, but regardless, yeah. Vince Dunn, 2 points. Sharangovich with a goal. Stevenson grabbed 1 as well. 15 minutes for him. McCann, 1 goal. Ended with 3 shots as well. Shot leader ended up being Kuzmenko, who seems to be benefiting a lot from being on that top line. Getting a lot of passes from both Scheifele and McCann. Scheifele, I don't believe, had a point in this game, despite the large amount of minutes. Yeah, 4 shots. Ended up with a +1 +-. 4 hits for him. So not a bad game from us, but anyway, we'll get back to it and we'll sim a few and see which game we want to play next. Alright, so after that game, we moved to a record of 5-10-1. 2-0 when we are tuning in, but Matty Beniers, still our point leader, 13 points in 16 games. I liked a lot of what we saw in the game. I think that the one thing I really didn't like was how we were getting dominated, in the face-off draw. And I think a big reason behind that could have been Beniers. I didn't actually check what his face-off percentage was, but I think I can probably do that now. Let's see. So far in the year, he's averaging 46%. Scheifele is averaging 50% so far. That's about what I expect from him. Stevenson is averaging 50% as well. And then Isamont, I think, was our other center for a lot of games. Okay, so that makes sense there. So Michael Isamont, not very good at taking faceoffs. Ben Myers, not very good at taking faceoff. You are not a center. Tolvanen, not a center. Kakko, not a center. So our issue is if we want 4 centers, and even We might just have to deal with Isamont not being a great centerman, which is okay, I guess. Whatever. We can live with it. I'm assuming he did better than... Well, would you look at that? I think that solves that problem. Ben Myers will be the, the center on this line, averaging 51% in the draw. I really liked our defensive pairs. I still think that Kevin Ball... Okay, that plus-minus is lying, because I thought he's been really, really good in the games that we've watched. Yeah, I've liked a lot of what we've seen. Vince Dunn was really good in that game as well. Grubauer, without any doubt, his best game of the year. Can't really complain about that. He looked very strong. I still want Logan Thompson to obviously be our starter. I'll change that back now. I just wanted to force Grubauer to play the game that we were going to watch because I wanted to see what he had. But other than that, I did like what we saw. I don't really want to make any trades until we see what we have with DeBrincat because I think that he's going to add a lot to this team. But I say that we maybe play this game against Toronto right here. It would be in Toronto, so it'd be an away game. So we'll see what we have here. We'll sim a few and see how we do. So, as you return here, you return to what I'm seeing. Crap. Alex DeBrincat returned earlier than I thought he would. I thought he was going to return against Chicago. I thought he was going to return against Toronto. He returned against Chicago and immediately got hurt again, as he's going to be out till January 4th. He's going to miss the majority of the season, and that's really bad for us as we lose 6-1 to Chicago. That was a really bad run, as since Colorado, not including Colorado, we only won one game. We won against the Calgary Flames. But lost against everybody else, only going to overtime once against Vancouver. So that moves us to a record of 6-15-2. Whew. Rough. Scheifele is our point leader now. Maybe we are not winning the Cup this year. Maybe we need to accept that, which would be rough considering the fact that we traded for DeBrincat with our first. This is not going the way that I was hoping it would at the start of the year here, as now even Logan Thompson has significantly started to play worse. He had I guess he didn't have a really good start to the year, but he had a good start to the year. And Grubauer saw one more game in that stretch and lost it. So it was not much of a bounce back game for him. Yeah, we're not scoring and we're getting scored on a ton. That's more what I'm noticing a lot from these sim games. Actually, why don't we take a peek at our team stats? And we can see where we're kind of ranked in some of these. So, for goals per game, we are 8th. So, we are actually scoring... Oh, this is the Pacific Division. We're last in the division. Can I take us out of divisions? Entire league. Where do we actually rank? That's really funny. We are second last. We are second last in the league. We're tied for last. Wow, that is really brutal. Well, I think I might have found our issue, but goals against per game, we are 4th. 4th worst. 4th worst in the league for goals against. Our power 12%? 12? Fire the damn coach. We're firing the coach. I blame the coach. This is not on me. This team is good. They should not be that bad. We have scorers. Why aren't we scoring? Where do I fire the coach again? Coaching staff. A- head coach. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not, buddy. You're a forwards heavy guy. Yeah. You can be our interim head coach. Who are our options for head coaches? Could hire Marie, first female NHL head coach, 65% team. Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea. It just occurred to me that I wanted to put you know what? Sure. It'll be a funnier thumbnail, actually, because it'll look like I fired myself. My idea for a thumbnail was I was going to put myself as the head coach. But, Yeah, I fired myself, so there we go. Marie Gudis will be our new head coach, assuming she accepts that. Bad. How's Ben Myers doing? Because, like, he's the guy that I've been consistently wanting to replace, and he's consistently given me reasons not to. 27% shooting percentage. Has 3 goals on 11 shots. Still okay in the face-off draw. I should probably just sign a center. We could go trade for a depth guy. Who do we have in the free agency pool? So we have Riley Sheehan. Played for Detroit. He is a center. Can he win draws? He can win draws. Okay, I like this pickup. I like this guy. We'll do that. Oh wait, there's Nolan Patrick there. He's retired in real life, but I wouldn't have mind picking him up. But regardless, maybe we don't play this game against Toronto. All right, I'm kicking the can down the road. We're gonna play Montreal. What? What the heck? Really? God damn it, Marie. Why don't you want to join the team? I promise we're not that bad. All right, so we have our new head coach. Our next game, as Marie already has demands, she wants us to pick up a veteran You know what? Sure. We'll go pick up a veteran presence. Because we need to sign it. I just signed a guy who's like 30, but I'm assuming he doesn't count. Logan Shaw. Let's bring in... are you 30? You're 30. Okay, we'll bring in Logan Shaw. Well, can I just do this? Yeah, I can. So there is room to do that. So there we go. We have a bit of a new look team now. We've changed our head coach. Great. We no longer have Ben Myers. He's going to head down. Our third line will now be headed by Riley Sheehan. And yeah. This is... Oh, actually, let's see. Let's see what our new head coach likes for lines. Oh, these are already it. Okay. I don't hate it. I mean, it's very similar to what I had set up before. I'm going to move Kevin Ball to second line. I keep making that choice for these coaches, but I like that decision a lot. They have Beniers playing center, and I mean, it's hard to argue against it. He has been very, very good. Like, 21 points. I think he's leading the team. So it's kind of hard to argue against that. He is winning faceoffs pretty good. I'll let him stay center. Chandler Stevenson was... It's also hard to vouch for Stevenson playing center when, even if he is winning faceoffs, he's just playing garbage. He's not playing very well. But regardless, that will probably do it for this episode. Next episode, we will end up playing against New Jersey, who are 10-10-3 so far on the year. Not necessarily too bad. A lot better than us, that's for sure. And we will be in desperate need of a win. So it should be a good game to watch. So far, like we've seen, we're 2-0 when we watch. Maybe we need to watch every single game this year just to get into the playoffs. Who knows? Hopefully we can win a few here and sneak in, because it would be rather boring for this series if we miss. I don't think I might just make some very stupid trades if things start to look very desperate, which you could argue they already have. But again, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. I don't know if I really have a schedule yet for when these will come out. I think they're just coming out when they come out, but eventually I wouldn't be surprised if I move to a weekly schedule. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Again, thank you for watching. See you next time.